Now, Vivi Lin works to help everyone benefit from crypto world. She has experience working as a journalist and a crypto advocate, and Vivi Lin joins us now from Shanghai, where it is the morning time, the exact opposite, in fact, for me. It's late at night over here, early morning for you, Vivi. Can I ask you to keep your answers fairly short for me, because I've got a lot of work, a lot of ground that I want to cover with you. First of all, this Global Digital Economy Conference is just wrapped up. What do you think were the main takeaways?
Thank you, John. Good to be here. Well, the conference definitely generated quite some buzz from the tech and innovation community here. I would say two messages standing out quite nicely. One is China's determination and speeding up the development of its digital economy. Now, as we can see from the white paper released from this conference, it really points out that the digital economy is the key to the country's growth, especially in the world that is hit by COVID. Now, the other interesting message is China's plan to build Beijing, the capital, as the benchmark city for global digital economy, like the reporter said in the previous report. Now, the idea is really for Beijing to take the lead in this global digital revolution, such as building the centers for supercomputing power, big data, AI, etc. But if you look at the bigger picture, China's digital economy ranked the second, slightly, well, pretty much twice less than the U.S. In this regard. So I think we still got quite some catch up to do.
Well, that's
John?
what I wanted to tackle you on, really. What do you think a global digital benchmark city will actually look like? How will we know when we've got there?
Well, I think it really depends on, like the facilities, and then also the scope and the scope of the smartness in terms of the city. For example, like as we can see that the digital yuan, like people can use the digital yuan in the subway, or you have, like the really high intensity of people using all this digital payments in this regard.
So can you tell our viewers what is the difference between using the digital yuan and ordinary cryptocurrency, as it were?
Well, yes, I think that's a really interesting question, because, the digital yuan is definitely a key element to the digital economy. And, it's a fiat, digital fiat in the essence, but deployed on a blockchain. So I know that the combination has caused some confusion out there. So to make it clear, it's not the same as cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is decentralized and permissionless, meaning nobody controls it and everybody have access to it. While the central bank digital currency, like the digital yuan in this regard, is centralized and controlled by the PBOC. Well, and also if you, if you look at the digital payment that we have with Alipay or WeChat Pay, and it's also different in many regards. The beauty of it, the digital yuan, because it's built on the blockchain, means it's programmable. So it allows the central bank to really add a lot of features to the currency. For example, in some, yeah.
What about privacy? People worry about privacy with these things. Has that issue been tackled with the digital yuan?
Yeah, definitely. The privacy is a really, really, it's in widely discussed within the community here, like data protection and privacy. So actually, this is one of the key criticism that about the digital yuan, because all the data could be controlled by the PBOC or the government. So people are saying that there's no privacy left. It is a valid point, but to be honest, if we use products designed by private tech companies, being Alipay, WeChat, or Facebook, or Amazon, they also have our data. So really, the data protection problem is a universal issue here. So interestingly, the PBOC has actually argued that a digital yuan could safeguard the system's financial security while protecting the user's privacy, because it allows the payments to be anonymous to some extent. So not all the payments, you don't need to, it's not like the bank. You need to verify everything. So,
okay.
So on the other hand, the data and analysis tools embedded in the system could help the PBOC to catch illegal activities to prevent money laundering or scams.